The year was 1954. With their sturdy, broken-down microphones, they were headed for greatness in the American West. Jack and Ron in the morning. If you don't laugh like this, you're probably normal.
The following entertainment special contains mature subject matter. Parents may consider some of the program content unsuitable for children. Parental discretion is advised.
It's the bad boys of radio. Here's Jack and Ron.
Hey guys, what's happening? Hey, how are you? Huh? All right, we're here on a Monday, as usual, at Othello's Italian Restaurant, Edmond, Oklahoma, in the heart of downtown Edmond, right here in the bowels of downtown Edmond. You can't miss us.
When's the last time you've been in the bowels
Of something?
something,
This is
yeah.
the first time in a long time. Isn't it funny? The moment we go on the air, the phone starts ringing here at Othello's.
Yeah, we don't know if it's one like, hey guys, come on with it, or get these guys off the air. We have no idea.
Never have a clue.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You're going to need to answer it one of these days, man.
Yeah, I think I've answered it once or twice when it was ringing prior to the time we went on the air. Anyway, Sovereignty was the winner of the Kentucky Derby over the weekend, and most people spent that fastest 2 minutes in sports glued to their TV to watch Sovereignty in a very muddy track come out on top. And I thought it was funny because I got this, and I don't know if I could show you the picture, but it's not a big deal. It's just Sovereignty being crossing the finish line or whatever. But I'll tell you what it says there with the picture. It says, breaking news, Kentucky Derby winner Sovereignty turns down a meeting with President Trump. Asked why, Sovereignty said, if I wanted to see a horse's ass, I would have come in second.
Whoa.
Now, come on, man. I know you may not agree, but it's pretty.
Starting off hot.
That's
today.
pretty damn funny.
Yeah.
I've got to say,
Yeah, and if you agree, it's double funny. Jeez.
Yeah. So anyway, there's the story, and that's the way it rolls.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember, what was the last team, I don't know if it was baseball or basketball, that refused to meet with the president?
There were several players on several teams, I think, that refused. I don't know if the whole team.
I think there was one. It was a whole team. That's why I'm thinking basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they
Was it
said
Warriors? No. it wasn't
no.
Warriors.
At any rate,
Yeah.
there you have it. He's had more no shows for champions than anybody that I know of.
So be it.
Yes. So
Anyway,
let it be written.
Got to make a quick mention of the fact that we've got tremendous sponsor of this broadcast. In addition to Othello's Italian Restaurant, we've got Howard Harris Funeral Services. And I know you're thinking, scratching your head going, whoa, funeral services? Yeah, because I know you're sitting there thinking, oh, man, I'm only 35. I'm only 40 years old.
Mhm.
I got quite a bit of runway to go. But you just never know. And the best thing to do is have that final journey planned out so your relatives, loved ones, and what have you aren't stuck with all those obligations in the end.
Yeah, that's what the Pope did. And you know what? If you can't follow in the Pope's footsteps, what's wrong with you? Hey, he handled everything, had it where he was going,
Yep.
what you could bury him with, where he was going to be, how he wanted to be remembered. And he wasn't a veteran that I'm aware of. But if you, my friend, are a veteran, man, Howard Harris will go ahead and handle all of the documents needed for your funeral and your funeral management. So why don't you go ahead and give them a call at 405-682-1883. That's 405-682-1883. You know, it could be closer than you think.
Never know. And another product that we want to promote.
Good stuff.
It is good stuff. I like to think so. Jack Attack Clean and Shine. This is my own product. Got my ugly face right there on the bottle. Jack Attack Clean and Shine, the one cleaner, the only one cleaner you need for your entire vehicle, inside and out. Leather, glass, plexiglass, vinyl. And when you do the paint outside, that paint will shine like you wouldn't believe. So check it out. Go to shopjackattack.com. Shopjackattack.com. Get yourself a bottle. You won't be disappointed, and if you are, let me know.
Well,
and I'll make it good.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I remember last week you were going to bring something up, because there was going to be an afternoon of cleaning vehicles and stuff like that. And I said, you know what, I want the top product to help with that. And you said, well, next Monday, I'll hook you up.
All right.
Okay, so
Well, I tell you what,
is
if you need some, I've got some in the vehicle out here. I'll get.
I knew it.
I got some. I've got some in the vehicle. I'll be more than happy to get it to you. Oh, by the way, we've got a phone number if you want to call us right here, right now, and let us know that you're alive and well. Area code 405-509-5030. That's 405-509-5030. And we've got a website, jackandron.com. Yeah, JACKANDRON.com. jackandron.com. Go to the website early, go to it often, and call us 405-509-5030. Come on, man. Give us a shout. We want to hear from you, for crying out loud. All right, we got to get to Too Tough Trivia to kind of kick things off.
Yeah,
don't we?
this is an easy one for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you always say that, and then I'm stumbled.
Well,
I stumbled.
No. You always say that about the dog, and I thought you were an animal lover. But anyway, you talk about the dog and everything. But this one, it really is easy.
All right.
All right. 4.5 trillion of these are thrown away every year. What?
Condoms? No.
Well, there are a lot of women that will say, no, he didn't.
4.5 trillion of these are thrown away.
What's the average cost
Oh,
of this thing?
I knew it. I knew it.
I'm going to say,
Richard make me put my hand on the Bible and bear witness.
here's my question. Are these thrown away before they've been put to use, or is it after they've been used, whatever it is?
Oh,
Okay,
I think after.
Like a napkin. I'm going to say a napkin.
You right?
No, he's not.
Oh,
I always like to
That
do
was
that
brutal.
for
That was
dramatic effect.
yeah, you got me. So it's not a napkin.
No.
How many, again, 4.5
4.5
trillion.
Water bottles.
No.
Tampons.
Each one of you get a couple of guesses, and you've used both of them.
We burned them up, I
yeah,
guess.
because somebody out there right now is saying, "Dang, that's what I was going to ask."
All right.
and they were going to.
Well, what it comes down to is we'll give them the answer at the end of the podcast.
That
right?
is correct.
So hang in there. Spend the entire 1 hour is how long the show generally is. Hang in there. And at the end of this hour, shortly before 1 o'clock Central Time, we will give you the answer. Ron will give us the answer, and we'll find out what is thrown away. 4.5 trillion of these are thrown away.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it'll be real interesting, especially as the folks think about it, and then they'll come up with their particular guesses, and we will go ahead and announce your guess to either give you credit or to point the finger and laugh.
All right, now here's another deal we do each and every week. We quiz Richard, our producer, the guy who sets up all the gear and does all the technical
And he's
work.
a bright dude.
Yeah, pretty bright guy.
Yeah.
So we hit him with these questions. It's a contest we came up with long ago when one of the salespeople at the radio station would come to us and say, "Hey, we got a client that really wants to promote this thing, so we're going to have I want you to do a big contest to give away, and it might be like the giveaway is a 5% discount coupon on a tube of toothpaste." But the radio sales rep wanted us to make it big, so that's why we came up with something which was kind of a backhanded slap. Asinine trivia. Trivia so easy. It's asinine.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Richard, question 1. Name any breakfast cereal.
Kellogg's Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes, they're great.
You know what? That is what I have started eating again.
No kidding.
Yeah, I got tired of getting up, going to spend money to buy breakfast or burning my hand cooking breakfast and stuff like that. So what I started to say, I just eat some cereal like I used to. The cereal, Kellogg's Frosted Flakes.
And every day I get up and I have like a half cup. I have a bowl, but it usually only pour out about a half cup to a cup of Cheerios every day with a little almond milk.
Honey Nut Cheerios?
No, I just get the
Just
straight,
the
the original, and I put a little almond milk on it. And I have that every morning. I've probably been having that for about 2 years now.
Oh,
every day.
See, that's a good thing. I know for a while, but I have to eat it right away. Get a bowl of Wheaties. But Wheaties, man, they get soggy so
Quick,
fast,
yeah.
and all of a sudden it's like, I don't want to put this in my mouth.
Yeah. All right, so we've gotten through question number 1. We have 2 more to go. Okay, Richard, you got question 1 correct. Question 2, what liquid do most people usually pour on their breakfast cereal?
Sometimes some type of soy milk or some type of milk.
Milk. There you go. That works. Finally,
I like almond milk.
I use almond milk. I like it.
I like almond milk.
I like almond milk a
Doesn't
lot.
mess with my tummy.
Yeah, I like the milk that's on sale. Go ahead.
The stuff that's expired. Yeah.
Hey, they say just because it's
It's
expired,
doesn't mean it's bad.
that you have at least a few days to a week
You do.
left. That they just want you to hurry up and
Well,
go buy some
especially if
more.
it hadn't been opened yet.
Yeah.
Okay, well, here goes question number 3 for Richard.
See,
Are you guys playing along? Because it is Cinco de Mayo. Si, senor. Here we go. Name the 2 guys, Richard, name the 2 guys who have won more broadcast awards than any other broadcasters in Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and who also squish grapes with their naked rear ends to make wine and then offer free samples of that wine to politicians and government officials. Oh, and who also host the #1 podcast in America.
You talk about a Chardonnay.
Jack and Ron.
Yeah.
Got it, baby. Good job, Richard. Good job. All right. A lot of things to talk about. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And one of them, if I may, is Cinco de Mayo.
Sí, señor. Sí, señor. Dos cervezas, por favor. There you go.
Yeah. Well,
I
that's,
know that, and I know baño.
for a lot of folks, that's all you really need to know.
Yeah.
But a lot of folks are saying, well, it's for the freedom, something like that, of Mexico. And no, not really.
No, the people of Mexico do not celebrate Cinco de Mayo. It's an American creation
Yeah.
to be able to sell stuff, and to entice people to come to Mexican or Hispanic restaurants and enjoy the day. Which
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, nothing whatsoever. But it has absolutely nothing to do with Mexican independence. However, now this is to celebrate a victory. I'll put this way: over the French 163 years ago. Now, if Mexico had not driven the French out, the French would have come in to support the Confederacy.
Wow.
So them defeating the French kind of helped end the Civil War.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Boy, the things you learn watching this particular podcast.
Hey,
oh, my.
that's right. Next time you go to a bar, something like that, whip this out on them. See how they like it.
See what they have to say.
Yeah.
By the way, we've got David Ald online who goes, y'all are awesome. Been listening to you too since I was a kid and recently found y'all Spotify. So I've been catching all of the podcasts and the past shows. Keep up the good work. Hey, David, appreciate it, man. Please share this podcast with everybody you know. Share it online with the folks on your Facebook, because we're on Facebook and on YouTube, right?
Correct.
Do we go to TikTok after the break?
After the break.
All right. In fact, I just did what I told you to do. I shared it from Jack and Ron to my Jack Elliott.
And you leave. The time has been perfect. We decided on a time, and we've been on the same time all the time. So you don't have to worry about. Well, do I need to dial in? Where can I dial in? By the way, we do have a phone number where you can dial and get all the information about us. But I said that to say this. We talked about it very, very briefly. I'm a little upset.
Oh, no. About what, Ron?
Oh,
Ron is upset.
You know my
Ron.
main gripe. And that is a $90 million parade. Yeah, to celebrate Donald Trump's birthday. Now, if it was that important, wouldn't he have had some parades before now? But no, he's into this. I don't know. It's like he's gone in and he's lost his mind. Anyway,
I'm trying to figure out why now. No other president in history that I can think of celebrated their birthday with a $90 million parade.
And military parade. We're talking about tanks, troops,
tearing up the streets,
missiles, and everything else. Oh, well, the mayor of Washington, D.C. was against it, said, well, okay, I'm against it. It's going to take at least $5 million to repair the streets that these tanks and stuff are going to tear up.
Oh, God.
So I'm just thinking, in a time when people are losing their jobs, thank you, Elon Musk, and are worried about maybe getting snatched out of their homes, deported, all of that going on.
And paying more for a price, more for the price on almost everything.
Yeah, no kidding. We find $90 million for a parade. and I'm trying to remember, when was the last time we saw a military parade?
It's been a while.
You got me wanting to Google it.
Well, let's see. North Korea, Russia,
Vietnam?
China. No, not
No, I
Vietnam.
don't think so.
China.
China, as he would say.
Uh-huh. And if I'm not mistaken, those are the only big-time military parades that the public had to really absorb the cost for.
No, it's about time we do another one then, huh?
No, we've never done one. Wait a minute, why do we need to go ahead? Hey, I didn't know they had one of those.
Yeah.
Take a picture of that, would you?
They said the last semi-military parade was to mark the victory in the Gulf War in 1991 under George H.W.
Oh,
We
yeah.
was it a big military parade or just troops, or do you know?
It appeared in Washington.
Okay.
So I mean, it looks.
But it wasn't to celebrate anybody's birthday.
No.
No, well, see, that's-
the win of the war.
Yeah.
All right. Got some stuff I was going to cover real quick here. They're talking about outdated slang words. I was looking at a list of these things, slang words that they say are outdated that some people still use, like gnarly. I haven't heard anybody use gnarly in years. Have you? I never ever used that word myself.
Yeah, I felt funny using it.
Now, here's another one. Word. We used to have a producer girl who used to do that every time we say something factual. Word. I used to think, what? Why? So word is another word that they say is outdated. Here's one that I've used a few times. Sweet. You know, somebody says, we're going to look at that car. Man, that is sweet. I don't think that's outdated. They say, yep. Tight. A lot of times I'll use tight. Man, that is tight. I guess that's outdated. I mean, these are just people.
I don't know. I still hear it every once in a while.
I do too,
Tight.
and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. The bomb, or it's thebomb.com. It's thebomb.com. That's kind of outdated, I guess. Golly. Well, yeah, that's been gone years.
Golly.
Golly.
I want to see somebody come in. Well, golly, look at you.
Golly. Here's another one. Oh, snap. Yeah, I think that's gone. Yeah.
Well, anything from your past, you didn't mention something from my past. We used to do, I guess, elementary, junior high school. If you were terrible in sports or whatever, they call you a boochie.
A boochie?
Yeah, boochie.
Wow.
Yeah, oh, man, you are such a boochie.
Dang, I hadn't heard that one.
Yeah, then a couple of times teachers had they asked student, what
does that mean?
What is boochie?
It's a word that's not on the list.
Terrible individual.
Another word I thought would be on the list that's not here. Bitchin'. Man, that ride is bitchin'. Haven't heard that in years. Bee's knees.
I watched the show. You don't watch that show? They restore cars, the bitchin' rides?
Oh, yeah, bitchin' rides. Yeah, I mean, so that word is still, I guess, appropriate. Whippersnapper. Okay, I'm done going through the list. What a whippersnapper. Give me a break.
What is a whippersnapper?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, that's some young kid.
Yeah.
Young whippersnapper. Think you know everything.
I had one other thing I really wanted to touch on quick. 37-year-old woman in New York. Her name is Danielle. She was caught driving 102 miles an hour on a Sunday morning, and she had her 2-year-old in the car, in the SUV. And there was also an adult male passenger in the vehicle. She was charged with reckless driving. Oh, by the way, the reason she said she was going 102 miles an hour, she explained she was late for a Thomas the Train event, trying to take the 2-year-old to a Thomas the Train. Woo, woo. So she's going 102 miles an hour. She was charged with reckless driving, reckless endangerment in the second degree, risk of injury to a minor, a failure to stop on the right side of the road, and she was released on $500 bond. I would figure that
fleeing.
She was what?
Did she flee?
I don't think so.
Just failure to stop on the. She stopped.
Failure to stop on the right side of the road. What side of the road are you supposed? I mean, you pull off, right? I mean,
Well, the shoulder, they pull over
Shoulder.
in that lane.
Sometimes
Because I don't see too many people stopping in that left-hand lane. Cause
it's kind of gnarly.
I think they were trying to take it easy on her because
Yeah.
it was like that. But all right, well, I tell you what, that's one thing I wanted to go ahead and wrap up. June is next month, is it not?
Yes, it is.
as a matter of fact, you're right.
What happens in June? A lot of people, some misguided, get married. And they are looking at the amount of money if you are a member or if you're just going to a wedding, that you're going to have to spend.
Oh?
If you're a member of the bridal or groom party at a wedding,
Yeah.
get ready to spend over $2,000.
No way.
Nah.
Wait, just to be a member of a...
Yeah, bridal, gowns and the guys what they...
I'm not your friend.
Yeah.
I'm not your friend. If you're going to ask me to spend... Well, how much for the groom?
Usually you only buy a...
It's over again, a little over $1,000, about $2,100.
Don't you just rent a tuxedo if you're in the bridal party?
Yeah, but there's other things.
If you ask me to do something like that, I'm telling you right now, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, you take the
the
groom out to dinner and all the parties and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. The bachelor party and all that crap.
All right, now
and the bachelorette party, same thing.
And for everyone else to attend, $500 to $400 to attend a wedding.
Because of the gift giving and all that?
Yeah, and usually they keep it down to $125, but on the average, it's depending on who you are and what you're trying to impress, $500 to $400. And most of us attend 2 weddings.
See, I didn't charge my groomsmen anything. Well, they had to pay for their tuxes, but that was only like $70.
Yeah,
$70. That was a long time ago, wasn't it? $70.
15. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Everybody got to come in, eat for free.
Oh,
I think we had a cash bar, but that was on.
Yeah,
so.
I'll tell you one of the best weddings I went to, even though that they weren't married, was this gentleman's daughter's wedding.
My daughter's wedding was good.
It was fabulous.
Where'd you have it at?
LaGuardia.
Oh, nice.
It was fabulous.
Open bar.
The food was fabulous, man.
Yeah.
Good.
And that was
tenderloin.
That was that tender. Let me tell you, that's when you want to be
you
close by the kitchen door. You want to be close by the kitchen door for
that,
man. It was.
I'm not bragging. I'm just saying it was a good wedding. We had the Stars band played. They were knocking it out of the park. It was it was good.
Yeah, it was great, and I could tell it was going to be super because I'm not going to mention any names, but there was a former TV personality that was leaving as we were walking in. And this TV personality was waxed. I mean, had gone by that liquor bar was too often.
Wow.
And I said, wait a minute.
See, I got too wasted at my wedding.
Oh, well, this person was wasted. I'll tell you who it is. I think you already know. But
no, actually I don't, but I'll figure it out. Hey, by the way, Karen Boyle I'm sorry, I was just going to mention Karen Boyle is checking us out and says good afternoon, Jack.
Good afternoon to you.
And Danny Hobson, too.
Hey, good afternoon to you, my friend.
Guys.
Yeah, and so you got wasted at your wedding?
Yeah, my dad brought way too much alcohol.
Oh,
while no one was there, it was just us groomsmen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just would.
I mean, I was there enough to do the wedding, and you would appreciate it. I came out to Stone Cold Steve Austin's.
Oh, you did?
Music. Yeah, I came out to his
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, I thought it was one of those deals where I get him drunk so he doesn't know what he's doing.
I don't know. I can't
get him real drunk.
He won't regret. But I ended up leaving my the words, the vow. I ended up left that in the room. So that I had to do that freestyle. But then I was sober enough to carry my wife all the way back to the reception hall.
Oh wow,
excellent. Yeah. See that's a good masculine
I had worked
move.
out for a year and a half just so I can be able to carry her efficiently all the way back to her reception.
No,
good job.
Yeah,
good job.
I wouldn't have said a year and a half, man. That's kind of.
It took a while. I had to make sure that I wouldn't. She was small, but I had to make sure
physically capable. Yeah,
I don't want to be stumbling. I don't want to be looking like this from struggling. I want to look like I'm like.
You don't want to be sweating and stuff
not
like.
At all.
Yeah, okay.
Luckily it was in October, so it wasn't too.
Well, I'll tell you. Well, anyway, like I said, this cat's his daughter's wedding was just. It was fabulous.
It was a good wedding.
It was fabulous.
When did she get married?
She got married about 13 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're about to celebrate their 13th anniversary?
Something like that coming up June the 18th.
Oh, it's right around the corner.
Ta-da!
Happy
anniversary. You go. All right,
we got to get to some audio. Oh, my. We have a lot of audio that we pick up out of the out of the trash bin. And this is an interesting one.
Thought it was thrown away, didn't you?
Not here. 7-year-old boy in Utah accused of taking his mom's car with his little sister inside and then driving it for 10 miles through multiple towns. He stopped completely when the car hit a parking strip and became disabled. Neither of the kids or anybody else on the road were injured. Here are people in the community reacting to the news of a 7-year-old driving the car through 10 miles of other towns and what have you. Check it out.
I was pretty shocked and scared because, I mean, I have a kid, so I know how scary it is to come home and find your kid and your car gone. This is a really high trafficked area for a little kid to be driving right here.
That's honestly crazy to me. I can't believe that he had the knowledge to really know how to drive a car and even reach the pedal.
And that's a blessing, really, because honestly, the fact that that child at 7 years old didn't crash a car and kill somebody, including themselves, is insane.
I wonder what that situation was there, where his mom was.
Yeah, good point. Where were the parents?
Yeah, you said, Mom, where's Dad?
Yeah, either one. And my question, too, is like the one woman indicated, how the heck did he reach the pedals? He's 7.
Yeah, how big? This was a big 7-year-old.
Yeah.
Was it just him in the car, or was it?
Was he what?
Was it just him by himself?
No, he had his little 2-year. I think his 2-year-old sister was in there with him.
She was probably pushing.
I just said his little sister was in there.
Yeah, she's down there pushing left,
pedals.
right, left. I said left, left, left.
All I know is he drove 10 miles. 7 years old, drove for 10 miles in that vehicle.
I remember taking my driver's test, man. I couldn't go 10 miles.
Before failing.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, we got to take a quick break. Oh, by the way, don't go away during this break because, by God, I'm telling you, and let me just emphasize this. We have the best commercials in any form of media, better than the Super Bowl for that matter. So hang around for the commercial break, and then we'll be right back. So hang on. Don't go away.
Hey, Al, I thought we were meeting at Othello's.
Hey, Jack, I am at Othello's.
Well, I'm looking around, and I don't see you. Well, wait, are you at Othello's in Edmond?
No, I'm at Othello's in Campus Corner in Norman.
Oh, great. Well, fortunately, both Othello's have great Italian food.
They sure do, and I'm having the baked ziti.
Ooh, I'm having chicken marsala.
Let's continue with the meeting.
Yeah, sure thing, over the phone, but I need one thing.
What's that?
Your credit card number, because you're buying. Othello's Italian Restaurant on Campus Corner in Norman and in downtown Edmond.
Hey, Jack, BK, I need some wings. Are you guys up there?
Affirmative. Your backup is cloud-based. It's all on the cloud nowadays.
That's funny. But you guys have the wings?
Winger, Jack, winger. Winger. Hey, they had a couple of big hits back in the 80s, remember? Winger, big hair.
Great wings don't just fall from the sky. They come from Louie's, where we're preparing food fresh daily. Come try one of our great new sandwiches. Or wings with any of 7 delicious sauces. Louie's, we're in your neighborhood.
We've got this down to a science. Over. Yeah, we're just not up here winging it.
Hey, it's Jack Elliott with Al Ashbeck at Othello's in Norman, sitting at the original table of truth.
Hey, I've said this table of truth with Barry Switzer, Brett Musburger, Bobby Knight, Mike Leach.
So give me the real truth. What's going on?
Othello's is back in Norman with the original recipes and the great service that has made it legendary.
So you mean the original Othello's in Norman is now operated by the same family that operates Edmond?
Get that right.
Al, you have any idea how big this news is going to be to everybody?
To tell you the truth, yeah.
Come be a part of the Othello's family. Here on Campus Corner and in downtown Edmond.
We are back. All right. And we got to remind you that the one of the other big sponsors of this program is Howard Harris Funeral Services, where your final journey can be planned and everything laid out as to exactly how you want to go out.
Yeah, you know, they make the difference in the name. You know, how many times have you heard the word funeral home? Mm-hmm. You know, nobody, that's not your home.
Yeah.
No, that's not your home. That's why with Howard Harris, their funeral services, things that they can do to make your life easier at a time that's pretty doggone stressful for a lot of folks.
Sure enough.
Yeah, providing elite with professionalism and distinction. Let me tell you something, my friend. They will take care of everything for you. I've said it before. They will handle all of your veteran documents as needed for your funeral management and arrangement. It's just that simple.
Wow.
And talk about peace of mind. You've been around when you've seen, some families start to argue about, Aunt Lily's jewelry,
sure,
or Uncle Bob's watch,
right?
Different things like that, or how they're dressed. No, all this is taken care of, my friend. And I don't know, you can preserve your independence. You write down exactly the type of service that you want, and financial security. This is one of the parts that I really like. Pre-funding eliminates the stress associated with funeral payment. You do not pay on this plan forever. It becomes paid up where you can really sit down and put your feet up and just relax. Go ahead and give them a call. Audrey Howard Harris at your service, 405-682-1883. That's 405-682-1883.
You know, and you go out the way you want. That's a great thing, because if you're financially well off enough, you might be able to have a $90 million military parade as part of your service. Might.
Boy, I hate to see what type of funeral arrangements he's made for himself.
Oh, it's going to be bigger than the Pope, I'm sure.
Right, now, first of all, I want these 747s flying over, and I want Elon to go ahead and launch a couple of missiles in my honor. Can we do that? Huh? Can we?
Meanwhile, we got to tell you about Jack Attack. It's my product. Got my ugly face right there on the bottle. Jack Attack Clean and Shine, the only product you'll ever need to clean your vehicle inside and out. You can use it on leather, chrome, vinyl, glass, plexiglass, any trim work, wheels, and on the paint. Oh my. It is unbelievable on your paint. It'll make it shine. You'll see your own reflection in there. You'll be like, huh? I had no idea my car could shine like that. But you get yourself a bottle of this stuff.
I thought you were going to say I had no idea I looked like that, but go ahead.
Well, that too. Anyway, you can get it available locally at a number of convenience stores, including Boomer Express in Norman, Goodies at Southwest 59th and May, also the Goodies at 63rd and May. That's Northwest 63rd and May. And then there's a Goodies store at Bryant and Memorial in Edmond. Or you just go online, go to shopjackattack.com. Shopjackattack.com. Get yourself a bottle of this stuff. I promise. If you're not happy with it, you let me know and I'll take care of you. But it will work.
Hey, it's good stuff. You know about the coffee and cars?
Yeah.
Yeah. The real shiny ones, ask what they use. I bet you they'll tell you.
They're using Jack Attack.
Bet you they'll tell you that.
No doubt. All right, we got to get to some email, do we not?
Yes, as a matter of fact, it was rather long, so I'm going to paraphrase a lot of it. It was from this 12-year-old that, as far as I'm concerned, watches a little bit too much television, but makes a good point.
All right.
It says, Dear Jack and Ron, what is the deal with gold? I have been seeing this commercial a lot where people are putting money back to buy gold because they say the dollar isn't worth anything. They seem to be taking it when my folks whip out $1. At any rate, don't you have to be sort of well off or kind of rich to go ahead and buy gold, especially if you're going to have this and you're going to keep it in your house or put it in a vault or something like that? Isn't that a hassle? Don't you already have to be well off? I'd appreciate an answer. Thank you very much. Signed, Billy.
I really think you're right. I mean, and he's right or she's right. Whoever was it, a guy or girl who wrote that? I didn't even pay attention.
Well, it was Billy, but I don't know if it was. I don't know if it was L-Y or I-E.
Well, all I know is the Billy is correct because I don't know what an ounce of gold costs right now, but I'm guessing it's got to be in excess of $1,200 or $1,500, maybe more. So you have to have that money on hand in order to purchase just a single ounce of gold.
Yeah.
And I don't know that 1 ounce is going to get you. Most people who have precious metals and all, they invest over the years and in a long term, and then they have multiple ounces or whatever of the metal.
Well, and I like the part he says as far as trying to spend it. If you throw down a $50 piece of gold, there you go. Can I have some change, please? They're going to look at you. What?
Where'd you get that?
Yeah. I don't. Put it in your mouth, kind of bite it and all that. Go bring some cash. Go bring some real money. So I don't know.
It'd be nice to own like gold bullion of some type, some big.
Oh yeah,
bunch of gold, but it's going to cost. You're right. It costs a lot of money to do that.
Yeah, it's great for high government payoffs.
So,
anyway,
an ounce is a lot, right?
An ounce? Yeah. It's not much at all, is it? Or is it? I mean,
it's worth a lot.
How much is an ounce?
Let me refresh this page.
An ounce of water, an ounce of gold. I don't know that.
An ounce of palladium.
An ounce of gold is at $3,312.
For an ounce?
Yeah.
Right now, that's the current market rate.
For
over $3,000 for an ounce of gold. Well,
for silver, it's only $37.
37 bucks of silver?
From over $3,000 down to $37.
For gold premium, it's $3,444.
I don't know the difference between gold and gold premium.
Grams.
Grams?
Grams is easier to measure.
Yeah.
So it is? Yeah, I assume so. So for gold, 1 gram is $106.
Okay, a gram of gold.
Yeah,
106
and
bucks.
then for silver, it's $1.21.
You know, I really need that money to pay a bill.
Yeah, as opposed to investing
Gold
that much
is
in
up,
gold.
just FYI.
It's definitely up.
Yeah.
All right. I guess it's is Roy with us today? Aha. Roy the movie guy is with
I
us today.
know what's coming, baby.
I think we all do.
Yeah.
There was only one real movie that opened at the box office this weekend nationally, and Roy the movie guy has all the dirt for you. Good morning, or good afternoon, I should say, Roy.
Thank you, guys. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Now let's talk some box office numbers and what's opening up this weekend at the box office. Coming in at number 5 was Until Dawn with $3.8 million. The Accountant 2 at number 4 with $9.5 million. A Minecraft Movie is at number 3 with $13.7 million. Sinners drops to number 2 with $33 million. And your new number 1 movie, Thunderbolts, with $76 million at the box office. Now let's talk about what's opening up this weekend at the box office. We have 3 titles to mention. The first one is called Shadow Force, starring Kerry Washington, Omar Sy, and Method Man. An estranged couple with a bounty on their heads must go on the run with their son to avoid their former employer, a unit of shadow ops that has been sent to kill them. Rated R with a runtime of 1 hour of 44 minutes long. Up next we have Flight or Fight, starring Josh Hartnett, Chithari Chandran, and Katie Sackhoff. A mercenary takes on a job of tracking a high-value asset known only as the Ghost on an international flight. Realizing the plane is filled with assassins assigned to kill them both, the pair must work together in a fight for their lives. Rated R with a runtime of 1 hour and 41 minutes long. And finally, we have Clown in a Cornfield, starring Katie Douglas, Kevin Durant, and Cassandra Potenza. Looking for a fresh start, Quinn and her father moved to the quiet town of Kettle Springs. They soon learn the fractured community has fallen on hard times after losing a treasured factory to a fire. As the locals bicker amongst themselves and tensions boil over, a sinister, grinning clown emerges from the cornfields to cleanse the town of its burdens, one bloody victim at a time. Rated R with a runtime of 1 hour and 36 minutes long. And that's a look at what's opening up this weekend at the box office. Back to you guys in the studio.
And I expected her to go to movies. She couldn't keep from it. She's an intelligent young lady who just looks like. Anyway, I was just curious. It sounded like you said Kevin Durant. I said Kevin Durant.
I don't think
Kevin Durant had his own movie at one point, didn't he? Yeah. He did.
He did. Yeah,
yeah, he did. He had his own movie.
But like Michael Jordan had one too. Remember?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And documentaries and everything. We got the next person. What might be Russell Westbrook, who's in town tonight with playing against us.
Yeah, the Denver Nuggets take on the Thunder tonight at 8:30.
Yeah, welcome back, Russell. But we're gonna kick your butt.
I guess they had to start the game late to accommodate the Mountain Time Zone for the people in Denver. Wouldn't you? That's what I'm thinking. I mean, why would we start the game so late?
Well, I don't know. You know, why in the world you start at the time you want? This is your home. You start it when you want to.
So I guess when we were talking about gold, James is James Islander from TikTok said Trump could clog his own gold toilet and he would still blame it on Biden somehow in some way.
He would clog his own gold toilet and blame Biden.
Yeah. Doing that. What was that? The first 100 days when he was going back over, and whenever they would ask him something, no, that was Biden's whatever the case may be. That was his budget. No, that was Biden's idea. No, this, and then you look. I don't know if you've seen it that much or paid that much attention to it. What he's done to the Oval Office, gold everywhere.
Really,
gold,
I haven't seen
paint,
that.
And just everywhere, and it's so gaudy. It doesn't look. It's just gaudy to me.
Looks like something Elvis would have done. You know? All right, we got to get to some more audio. We've got great audio on the show if you hadn't heard. And if you hadn't heard, where you been? Here we go. There was a report that Amazon was going to itemize the price surcharges from tariffs as a separate line next to the tax like other online retailers will do. Here's Press Secretary, your favorite, Caroline Levitt, responding to those rumors. So check out Press Secretary Caroline Levitt responding to the rumors of Amazon.
This is a hostile and political act by Amazon. Why didn't Amazon do this when the Biden administration hiked inflation to the highest level in 40 years? As Reuters recently wrote, Amazon has partnered with a Chinese propaganda arm. So this is another reason why Americans should buy American. It's another reason why we are onshoring critical supply chains here at home to shore up our own critical supply chain and boost our own manufacturing.
What is wrong with her?
That's a lot. Well,
yeah, it's a great idea.
Everybody in Washington, there's something coming up in a little bit that has not received a lot of publicity. What the president is preparing to levy new tariffs on that will affect almost everybody in this country. Hang on, we'll tell you what that is a little bit later on.
And the other thought is, she says we should buy American. We would if the products were all made in America, but probably 80 to 90% of the stuff we need or buy, clothing, whatever, shoes, it's all made abroad.
Yeah.
So it's not made here in America. Yeah, the idea would be great if everything was made in America and we could buy American, but most of the products we need are not being manufactured in America at this time.
Yeah, and not only that, you have to watch out for a lot of unscrupulous characters who are raising the price right now, even though the effect of the tariff won't be for another week or so.
Yeah.
All right, but they're already raising prices, and I'm just saying, wait. How?
I know it's easy to do.
That's so stupid. That's so cold blooded. What? And look at the price of oil and the price of gas is going up. Well, why? Do we get gas and oil from China? I don't think we do. As a matter of fact, we get most of our oil from Canada.
Yeah, a lot of it does come from Canada.
Hey,
right.
They are the number one exporters to us for oil. Like I said, it's crazy. Isn't it amazing when you were in school there was government and you could figure out what was wrong with government and get your little C and be happy you got that and go home.
Be happy as a C student.
That's it.
All right, we got to get to the
news of the I'll be damned.
Is that going to work for you guys?
Works for me.
All right. News of the I'll be damned. A man named Lucas Brown caught escaping from jail in Colorado last week. He escaped from jail.
Lucas.
Yep.
What's wrong with you?
And he was only on the loose for 35 minutes. He escaped from jail. He was only on the loose 35 minutes. Now get this. He was supposed to be released in 2 days. 2 days later, he was supposed to be released from prison. Now that ain't going to be happening. Lucas was working as a kitchen trustee. You know how they do that in prison. He was cleaning up for the night.
No, I don't.
Well, I know I've read about these. Sometimes you're a prisoner, but you're a trustee because they can get you to do the dirt work that nobody else wants to do.
Sure.
So anyway, he working in the kitchen, as a cleanup guy, maintenance dude, whatever. He takes the trash out for the night, and guess what? He just never came back. He ran off. Here's another twist. He was previously caught escaping back in 2017, so he shouldn't have been qualified to be a trustee to begin with because he was, a risk. He had that role for about a month, but didn't try to make a run for it until last month. Anyway, Lucas is serving a 90-day sentence. No word on how many more days, months, or years will be tacked on to that.
Who would let him out with 2 days to go? He decides to
break loose.
Yeah.
2 days.
That person does not deserve to be out among reasonable thinking folk.
Yeah. You're right. I mean, think about it. 2 more days in the joint and you're out. You're good to go. But no, you decide to run off 2 days before and end up getting caught, and God only knows how many more days have been tagged onto that sentence.
It's real interesting. He may be, I've forgotten what they call it, but one of those individuals that can't seem to make it on the outside, and they would rather stay on the inside.
To be locked up like
Yeah.
a career criminal.
Yeah. So he may be one of those. Who knows? The closer he got out, to him getting out. You got a job? No. Where you going? I don't know. Somebody coming to pick you up?
Where you,
I don't think so.
Where are you going to live?
Is
I
a
don't
bus
know.
running? Yeah. So he may say, I might as well just stay here. At least I get a free meal and occasional companionship. Anyway,
and a roof over my head.
Yeah.
All right, we got to get to the
Sleazy, trashy showbiz report.
All right, we're going to make it quick today. Ozzy Osbourne says it's time for him to retire.
No way.
He says it's all about the family right now. He says he doesn't want to die in some hotel room. So he wants to just be at home with the family and I guess die in his bedroom or on the patio somewhere. Well, police stepped in an effort to bomb, you may have heard about that this morning, Lady Gaga's show in Rio de Janeiro, where she played for 2.5 million people.
I heard that's the largest assemblage of people for a concert there ever. Or maybe anywhere ever, for that matter.
She broke the record set by Madonna.
But man, they arrested a bunch of people on that deal.
Yeah, that's the scary part. They try to solicit people to help them with these homemade bombs and things.
Yeah, Molotov cocktails, and they had like 15. I think they said teenage guys, at least 15 arrested. They did all these raids, and they cut. Somehow it was a free concert.
Yeah.
Well, they were trying to totally disrupt the thing, and it had something to do with anti-LGBTQ whatever mindset from these psycho kids or whoever.
2.5 million people. Whew, yeah.
Imagine if you're in the last row at that one.
Well, let's see. Last in, first out.
That's true.
Jack Nicholson. I like him. Does not want to be seen in public anymore.
Wow.
He says he wants everyone to remember him exactly the way he was. He's now 88 years old.
And that's the truth. Oh, wait. You can't handle the truth. Remember that line from A Few Good Men?
That's the only thing you really remember from that particular movie.
Yeah.
Hey, the bike from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I watched a little bit of that this morning. It was on. I couldn't believe it. It sold for $125,000. And
that doesn't sound like that much money. I mean, I know it's a bike and it's probably worth about $100, but
well, it's Pee Wee Herman. I mean, it was a groundbreaking type movie. Yeah. Plus, he's dead. So
I forgot. Yeah, Paul Rubin is.
Yeah, so he's
dead.
Yeah. By the way, back to your guy. President Trump says,
"You guy."
Are you ready for this?
What did he say now?
He's reopening Alcatraz.
Fantastic.
And as I mentioned before we did this, he is now putting a 100% tariff on movies made outside of the United States.
See, and people would say, oh, well, foreign movies, well, I don't like them. But not all movies made outside the United States are foreign films. They may want to shoot in Mexico, they may want to shoot in Canada, or they may want to shoot in Germany, France, wherever. A local Hollywood producer may find that, shooting the movie in Greece is to their advantage. Now, real problems, because those movies are considered filmed outside the country.
That's right. It's amazing. Could you come up with some ideas that can really make America some money instead of costing it? Don't worry. It'll be it'll take about 2 or 3 years. Yeah, you'll be leaving office then, won't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, at any rate, sort of just... Anyway, one final thing. After 5 years, because of a time shift, which made them lose a lot of their viewers, CBS has canceled The Equalizer.
Wow. That was a big show, too.
I'd like that.
You know what? I was worried. I thought you were going to say CBS has canceled 60 Minutes, which I really still like 60. What's that? 60 Minutes, still a good show.
The director left, or the producer?
Oh, yeah, one of the producers left that show because he felt like he was being dictated what he could or could not provide in terms of news coverage.
Well, this is one of the president's main things he wanted to control. He wanted to control the media.
Yeah.
And wanted them to say only positive things about him. Like I said, you saw, or maybe you didn't see, the article, they had the clip they had from the 100th anniversary when they were talking about the MS-13. A minute and a half, the president would not let this guy go on. He said, well, let's move on to, no, wait just a minute. Are you trying to say that there was no MS? Well, I'm not saying, it's Photoshop, so that's no, wait just a minute.
Talking about the MS-13 on that guy who's in the El Salvadorian prison out of Knuckles.
Do you want me to show you a picture?
No,
I've seen that picture and it's Photoshop. We can move on.
Do you know what really gets me about this guy? I'm talking about Trump.
Yeah.
And I know if you're a Trump supporter, just bear with me. The fact is, he goes into these interviews, and everyone, doesn't matter who he's being interviewed by, he always makes a point to somehow, at some point in the conversation, say, well, your news organization is just fake news anyway, and I don't think you're a very good reporter. And I keep thinking, why do you go into a situation and demean the interviewer, bully people?
Yep.
That's just wrong, and that I've never seen another president do that, and it's just wrong. And it's not presidential at all. Sorry, Trump.
Yeah, I agree with you 1,000,000%.
Because these people have worked their ass off.
They're doing their job.
They're doing their job to become journalists and do what they. It's like when we, in journalism school and all, we've all been there. Well, at least we, Ron and I, having majored in journalism. You want to get the who, what, where, why, when, and how. That's kind of the whole deal. And you want to be as objective as you can. And I know there's so many people say, well, they're not objective. No, for the most part, I think NBC, ABC, CBS, they're all pretty objective about their news reporting.
Well, yeah. And plus, here's the deal. As a reporter, what you are getting and looking for are the facts.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not buying in. I'm not bolstering, some crap that you may be throwing out there. We're looking at trying to find the facts. And it doesn't matter who it is. As you were saying, Trump is such a bully. As a matter of fact, this guy his name was Terry. I've forgotten his last name. Trump told him, I picked you. I don't know who you are.
I know. I picked you. I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
That's what he told. That's what he told the interviewer. I'm like, well, then how would you pick somebody you didn't even know? The whole thing.
And then try to judge them.
Yeah.
Like I said,
and
folks,
tell them how awful they are at their job.
Yeah. Watch out, folks. I mean,
Wow.
I've never been through anything like this since the last time I was fired. But anyway, go ahead.
All right, we got to get to some audio, and this is, oh wow, today, hey, senor, it is Cinco de Mayo.
Why aren't we toasting one in honor? I don't get it.
Dos cervezas, por favor. Okay, so anyway, Cinco de Mayo. Several years ago, when we were doing the live radio show, before they made the mistake of laying us off. God, are they suffering for that now? Anyway, going back to several years ago,
Good.
Bill Clinton was a regular on the show. He would pop in from time to time. And he had been in town for our Cinco de Mayo party. He dropped by the radio station the next day to tell us how much he enjoyed the Cinco de Mayo party. And this was even before his wife Hillary was shooting for the nomination to be president. Anyway, here is Bill Clinton the morning after Cinco de Mayo with Jack and Ron. Oh, God.
Jack, Ron, it's me, Bill Clinton. I thought I'd just drop by and say hello.
What?
Thought I'd say I had one hell of a Cinco de Mayo yesterday. Ay, Chihuahua, senor. Let me tell you, I did some Mexican hat dance with some little senorita. Holy God, I tell you what, that girl, she could kick it. Oh, man, I was in hog heaven. Damn, sure glad I left Hillary back in New York. Whee!
Well, now, don't you ever get concerned, a little worried that maybe Hillary's doing a little something as well? Maybe she's found her own Pancho Villa. Or something like that.
Man, I'm too much hombre for her, man. I don't think she's gonna mess around on this gringo. She's a good girl, that Hillary. I'll tell you what.
Well, you're still grooming her, aren't you, for the big office?
Oh, the big room. Yeah, still grooming her, getting her all ready, getting her all keyed up, hoping she gets that nomination. Oh, it's gonna be cool. I'll be back in the White House, baby. It'll be sweet. I'll be living large.
And under a little less scrutiny.
Yeah, now that I won't be the man in charge, I'll have more freedom, more room to roam. Oh, God, it's going to be fun.
Well, you know, a lot of people don't like the idea of you getting back in the White House. So, you remember all that prosperity and peace we had when you were in there?
Yeah, for some reason, I don't get it. People don't want that anymore, I guess. What the hell's wrong with people? I thought the American people liked it when I was in there. It was big. It was party all the time.
There were a lot of people who really, really did.
Sure there were.
So don't.
We kind of
get
enjoyed your presidency.
Oh yeah, it was. I liked it a lot.
Well, that's why I had Bill Clinton come by and visit with you guys. I love this show. I listen to it every day. It's the best program on radio.
Excellent.
Might be the best program on TV. Well, we appreciate you, Mr. President. Thanks for dropping in. Hey, no problem. Let me just say, hasta la vista, baby.
All right.
And something that is brought up every once in a while, not enough as far as I'm concerned. The last president to leave office with a balanced budget for this country, Bill Clinton.
Nice going, Bill.
Yeah.
Nice going.
I mean, they left. It was like, hey, better than when I came in. Boom.
Good job.
Yeah.
All right, time for the
dumbass joke of the day.
Bring it on.
All right, here's the deal now. We have three extremely cheesy jokes. We ask Ron to pick one of the cheesy jokes. So, again, this week, Ron gets to pick his cheese. 3 jokes today. Number 1, the bar. Number 2, the employer. Number 3, the simple question. Again, the bar, the employer, the simple question.
I don't know what bar you're talking about, but I'm looking at a bar right now,
Uh-huh.
and I'm getting thirsty. So let's go with the bar.
Okay, this one you'll not have to think about too much. It's a short one. A blind man walks into a bar, and a table, and a chair, and a lamp. Hey!
Hey, now.
Okay.
Sometimes it's the little ones that are the most satisfying. Did I say that?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, all right.
All right, here's another. I got another one for you since that was so short. A company owner, guy owns a company, asks a question. He's been asked a question by a reporter. The company owner, the reporter says, how do you motivate your employees to be so punctual? They're always on time. He said, well, it's simple. I have 30 employees and 29 free parking spaces. 1 is paid parking. Think about that. Got it? Yeah. Okay. I'll give you one more real shorty. What's the difference between roast beef and pea soup? Anyone can roast beef.
Oh, geez.
Come on, man.
Started out strong.
Huh? Started out strong. And
that should have been the last one, man.
Sometimes.
Hey, but that's okay. Man. You know what? You absolutely perfect for Cinco de Mayo.
Hi, Chihuahua. All right, senor. Here we go with Tribon. We give you 3 words. That's uno, dos, tres. Trace words, and you got to come up with uno word that works with the 3, the trace. Okay, the Tribon. We gave you this one last week. Surely you've got the answer. The 3 words last week were blank, hip, pay. I think we had the answer, didn't we?
Yes.
Blank, hip, pay. The word was?
Check.
You got it. All right. Got a new one for you. And you'll have 7 days to think about it before we come back and give you the answer next week. 3 words: lab, jacket, cab. So easy. Lab, jacket, cab. A 3-legged dog with no tail and an eye patch could get this.
Where's that eye patch?
A monkey with no banana could get. A chicken with no pecker could get this. Again, lab, jacket, cab.
I wanted to ask Richard because he seemed to grab it right off the bat.
I did.
You didn't? Oh, that was just. That was some bravado over there. Huh?
Oh, I thought. I thought you had it.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, again, lab, jacket, cab. You got 7 days to think about it. We'll come back next week and give it to you. We got to kind of wrap this thing up. We got to let you know what the answer to 2 Tough Trivia, which we asked at the top of the show.
All right, 4.5 trillion of these thrown away every year.
First I said condoms, then I said napkins, and you said, that's it. I don't have any more answers. I can't.
Okay. Richard?
Coins?
Coins? No?
No coins.
Okay.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, they've been, in some areas, they've been outlawed.
It's not plastic bottles.
It's not what?
Plastic bottles.
No.
Plastic bottles? No.
Is that outlawed?
Outlawed?
Yeah, that
What was it?
Cigarette
butts.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Never, you know what?
When you think about that from coast to coast,
around the world,
4.5 trillion thrown away every year. As a matter of fact, cigarette butts are the most littered on the planet Earth.
Wow.
So
there you go.
Thank you very much.
All right, we got to wrap this thing up. Remember, if you're looking to finalize that final journey you're going to take, to contact the people at Howard Harris Funeral Services. Audrey Howard Harris will hook you up with all the things you need. They do estate planning, trusts, all that stuff. Get that all taken. We got a Bill Clinton thing running there, buddy. Can you kill that? Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway, Howard Harris Funeral Services.
Yeah.
Great people.
Next week, let's see, there's a special award ceremony that's coming on that will involve Miss Audrey Howard Harris.
Really?
And, I will tell you about it. It is a great honor. She may not want me to talk about it, but I am going to next week.
All right.
A great honor, and I'm happy to know her.
Very cool.
Because
Also,
of it.
want to remind you that Jack Attack, this is the stuff to get for your vehicle. It's Jack Attack Clean and Shine. My picture's right there on the bottle, as ugly as I am. At any rate, this stuff will work. I mean, I did the paint on my vehicle just before we came here today. It took me about 15, 20 minutes. Did the exterior. Awesome. You can do the inside, the outside, leather, chrome.
15, 20
vinyl.
minutes?
Yeah, that's it.
Woo! You got to show me how you did that in 15, 20 minutes.
I'm good. I'm good, man. I know how to use that product. Jack Attack Clean and Shine. If you want some, go to shopjackattack.com. Shopjackattack.com. Also, thanks to the folks at Othello's for letting us come in here each and every week. This is Othello's in Norman. They've got another location on Campus Corner in Norman, but we're in historic downtown Edmond at Othello's, doing the show here every week. Thanks to Richard for putting up with us and doing all the tech stuff and producing and all that stuff. So remember, when you go out to do what you do, now think about this. Go out there and be the best at what you do. You know, don't lollygag. Be the best. Show that you're the best at whatever it is, like Jack and Ron. Be the best at what you do. Give it 110, 120, 130% effort. Like Jack and Ron, go out there and give it hell.
Adios, everybody.